Alright, so I'm coming in for the final GLOOM day, as we're going to call it. Call it G Day, whatever you want to. All the capital G's will be in attendance, I guess, or whoever, still cares. I have a big old long thing written in my, what is that, video info that's really not even pertaining to it, but a little bit of how I feel about some things recently. Sure enough, I never got the tip jar set up, and I probably really should try doing so anyway, because I think they only charge you on the percentage that you would get, which, what are they going to do? Take 0 from 0? So there's that. I really got to just try it and do it, because, yeah. But I realize not a lot of people watch, and I don't know if they would even with the tip jar. Really, they might feel more invested if they do tip, but we'll see. Anyways, this information's up here. Nivel 43, of course, is the thing that's being battled for, still up in the gloom. Let's go ahead and bring us there. Ow, my arm hurts, but that's pain is my life. Anyways, there it is, of course, in heavy gloom, right up on in there. Oh, rain is coming. Maybe that's partly why I feel even more wrecked. So yeah, so Nivel 43, of course, as it is, and I don't think we have... Oh, right, they can't send the station in there. I remember the talks that they were having about that. So if you're wondering why that didn't get voted there to help, that's why. Because it can't. At least that's the story reason. That and probably getting gunned down by eagles in the middle of the fucking fog probably would not feel good. As it is, there's a bunch of people who've literally stopped playing the game because the hits to the performance have been kind of shit. I still play through it. I can still endure it, even though that somehow the way I have my PC rigged up and shit, they probably need to turn their anti-aliasing off first of all. If they have the whole syncing thing to prevent screen tearing, the game doesn't tend to screen tear much, so you might as well turn that off too. But yeah, that anti-aliasing, turn it off, because it looks like smudge shit. And there's not been an update proper for about 2 weeks now, because this is the second Tuesday, and another update has not come along. So that is really the state of the game right now. It's probably not great. If you can play it, hey, you can still have fun with it. I'm going to go in and prove that point to a degree while I probably curse at it, like I did the last time. I need to get into my library here. Pop that window up with a right click. Okay, there we go. And then it went full screen like I didn't tell it to, and it's not... Oh, God. Nothing works the way it used to, chat. Anyways, we're going to roll that on up in the background, so that's going to get coasting, and apparently the service wants me to verify with a yes. For some dumb reason. So maybe there was suddenly an update that I don't know about. I don't know. Either way, it's going up, logging in, and getting its stuff done, which it's probably going to force itself into window mode, and then I'm going to have to fix it again. That's usually how it goes. But anyways, you saw that information there, so let's go ahead and look at it one more time as to where it is, of course, which is, of course, right there. And then let's go ahead and clear that right off the screen. And then now you're looking at probably just my standby thingamabob. So I'm sure that that's not really that much more interesting. Again, I'm probably going to not play great today. Like, but that's normal every day. I'm sure someone's going to think that. So, but nonetheless, it's taking a while to get there too, I notice. Which is not that, different. But, oh, there we go. There's that way to get it full screen and then get it to come up again and then duct right back out in the corner. Okay, that's getting up on there, so I'm going to relieve you of this please stand by screen. But of course, what we can do first is, here I am here, and let's go ahead and, let's remove that. And of course it's still darkness. Even though I did look in there, which is supposed to make that show up, it'll show up in a moment. That's OBS too, folks. OBS. The bare fucking minimum, because that's what I really can afford. And, one shutter to eat my ass. I get it. You're angry. You're not happy. I get it. Probably wondering where I've been around here and there. It's just, okay, does anybody else notice something strange about this globe? Normally there's a dark side, and then there's a bright side. Why does this all look bright as shit? Something feels wrong. It might be because there's just fog everywhere. Bear with me. I'm trying to exit out of this, and I have to feel around for it because I don't have backlit keys on this wireless keyboard. No, don't do that. There we go. Okay, so I will place my fingers in a way that is proper. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day out here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I got to get my fingers in a nice spot and get used to it and get a good firm bit on that. Alright. So, the way I test the anti-aliasing is I stand right here. It gives me a nice little light gleam off the helmet. And then I can do things with the graphics, which is going to be this. Hit tab. And then escape again. And then we're going to see... Wait, did I do it, or... That doesn't look like the anti-aliasing is now even on. I'm working with the bare minimum here, Chad. Did it not take? Yeah, it didn't take. Hit tab for apply. At least I thought I did. Okay. And now I'll hit it down here. Maybe that'll do. Look, I can't even just do this simple click, which would be normal, but that's not how life works anymore. Alright, so, yeah, anti-aliasing still looks like smudge shit. I don't know if you can tell on there well, but, it's not good. It still looks completely like ass. Things are not sharp or clear. Things are making weird squarish things a little bit here and there. And, yeah, it looks like ass. It looks like ass. So, lo and behold, what are we going to do? We're going to undo that shit again. We were just making sure. Tab. Yes, keep those changes. And then we don't want to revert. We want to actually escape. And hopefully that shit is reverted. And to make sure, I literally will go in again just to make sure. Because this game... See? Look at that. It fucking reverted by hitting escape. Why? Okay, I've hit tab, right? I've hit tab. Now then. I just want to get out of this. Let's go to social first, then hit escape. Maybe that'll do it. So, yeah, there's problems. And even when you hit tab and go out, apparently that can still revert. Which it should not do. But it was. So, yeah. Now you know how to deal with that. If it does seem to revert constantly, just go into like social before you escape out of the escape key type things. It can happen. It sucks. It shouldn't happen, but that's really the state of their understaffed crew that their, CEO is going to go on about, oh, we don't want to overhire. Yeah, guess what, bud? You're still understaffed. Player-based numbers, even when things are down, then you have people in your country much of the time. That should tell you something. It means you should at least have more people in your studio. And you should have people remotely testing things because the biggest fan base you have is in the United States of America, which pays your bills with this game. Does that sound ignorant as fuck? Good, because quite frankly, it's the truth, and you should feel a little angry about that because it's the only thing that might make you stand up and do something. Because it takes outrage before anybody even takes anything seriously anymore. So, there's that. Truth be told, it is the only game that, of this kind of game that's really available, that's worthwhile. What are you going to do? Go play Tekken? Yeah, okay. Go look up how that went recently. The industry is just still in shambles, and I was hoping it was getting better. Apparently not. But anyways, yeah. You want something like Tekken that's good? Go play The Last Soul Calibur. Excellent game. You can get it when it goes on sale on Steam for dirt cheap with all the DLC, and the DLC is worth it. That DLC earned it, because then you can customize all the more stuff and have your fun. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, so now this looks a little darker on a dark side of the planet than it did before, and this blatantly looks like the day side. So I don't think our options change did that with the graphics. I think just exiting out and going back in changed that, because I've seen that alone affect UI. So everything is on the dark side of the poon, as we'll call it. Looks like there's some people out here trying to get work in, though. Wow, that's an interesting one. Did you see that weird information layup where everything is an information gather? I kind of want to play with that. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of genuinely curious. And, okay, they're all up in there. So, let's see. What would be a good way to go about this right now? Let us... You know what? Let's do something we don't normally do. We should probably hurry the F up, though. And I keep not knowing what's what anymore. That's orbital barrage. That's orbital strike. Right, it's right on that. No, that's precision strike. What the? Where's my... Oh, the laser beam's there. That's how little I use it. Okay. This. And this. And a little bit of this, because it's going to be a case of chaff, I feel. Gatling Sentry. And they don't have heart, and somehow they have 2 runs. Go figure. Arrowhead. The best of. Let's get in it. Obviously, the visuals are lagging behind the sound a little bit there. Okay. Oh, there's a bunker. Hopefully, it'll put it right down. Roger that. You got a bunker. I'm on the way through orbit now. I'll attempt to join on you. So we'll see how this goes. And be merciful. I'm using a new keyboard that's probably really small and not exactly for gaming. So hopefully they won't kick me out. But, you know, if they do, they'll be on stream. And it wouldn't let me twitch left forever. And I'm in the gas. Ouch. Ouch. Is there a gun here? There's not. I guess I'm full on ammo. On my way to J2. You still got a bunker on you? Okay, got that. Roger that. On my way. Whoops. Oh. Whoops, that all tabbed right on out. Oh. And that alt tabbed on out again. Great. This is bad. And I have no idea why it's doing that, chat. I must be hitting the Windows key. That's going to get removed just like my last keyboard. Oh, shit. Well then. I can't play like this. It's all tabbing out. I'm getting all tabbed out over and over again. I don't know what's with this keyboard. Alright, where's that damn bunker? Jesus. I swear every other button press it feels like I'm... No idea how I shrugged that off like that, but okay. Alright. I don't have my stuff called down yet. I'm going to get to that. However, I'm probably going to put this out when there's something around that looks like it's going to be a problem to them. And then I'll make a call down. It's probably good that I didn't call it down right away anyway, because I need to get a feel for this keyboard in an actual diver situation. So I'll go up here. Let's see. And thanks. Thanks, Helldivers. I hate their selective bouncing horse shit, which has never been fixed. And I know why they do it. They think they're smart. They're just insulting. Just like this is going to kill me. Oh, I alt-tabbed out again while I'm under the thing! Wow, I'm surprised. Why is... I need to pry this fucking window button out real quick, chat. This is horrible. Oh my god. I can't get it out. I'm going to have to play and still get knocked out. However, it does confirm one of my other things and theories. If you alt-tab out of the game, you will get extra tanky armor, and sometimes it'll even auto-dive you to the ground. Okay, so... we will do our best. Just not going to be great, especially in this shit. Beauty. Oh, shit, shit, shit. Help. Nope. If I was on another keyboard, it wouldn't have been a problem. But that one shorted out, so... Thanks, Arrowhead. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, Christ. And now I can't run. And I'm probably going to get raped in a minute. Oh, great. And now I'm stuck in hitting that Windows button again. I'm going to have to blow myself out of this thing. Or wait for it to dissolve. Or blow myself up trying to get out. I hate this game so much sometimes. Fuck me running. Judas Priest, it doesn't feel good. And where is my support weapon back in this direction? Now to get my shit from under the bug I was stuck under. Oh, as it finally dissolves. Great. Should've just waited. Heinz protocol. The good things come to those who wait, I guess. That looks comfortable. Oh, darn it. Oh, there it is. It did it again, chat. I'm trying to change. I'm gonna get a knife and take this window key out from this piece of shit. Oh, wait, no, I finally got it. Good, Windows key gone. One of the worst design things ever of Windows is that fucking Windows key, I swear to God. Nobody wants it. Nobody ever used it to good effect. It was just shit. It's too close to the fucking Alt key. Oh shit. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, it's not a good place to crouch, is it? I saw one hiding there. And oh shit, facing me. Dear sir. Oh, he moved. Oh, darn it. Well, hopefully it bounces back down in there, but probably not. I wouldn't trust it. Oh, fuck. Reload, please. I'm gonna have to keep running. I closed a bunch of holes, but probably not gonna get them all. Ow. Oh, fuck. I got double tapped by a charger. I love how they can still just double tap you. Just single hit. Technically 2 hits, but you're just staggering into a 2-hit death rattle. Oh, darn it. Oh, okay. Oh, darn it. Nope. Oh, well, that's a thing. I'll just keep attracting a bunch of them over here. Oh, I get the idea it's not going to go well. I'll take that. I have no idea where my jump pack is. And that skipped right off his head. Oh, Jesus Christ. That bucks me right out of my shot. To try and take that shot again. Oh, shit. How did that hit me? I wasn't even there. Oh, my God. Arrowhead. You silly Norwegians or whatever the fuck you are. What is the state of this game right now? No, fuck you. Fucking bug made in whatever weird territory, country that you belong to. Really wish I had a jump pack about now. Oh darn, I have no idea what that is either. Well, I'm going to hide behind this. I'm also going to throw this out here. I'm also going to call a jump pack. And I'm going to get raped. I can't get up. And I have no idea why. Eat shit. Oh, my leg's broken. No wonder I can't sprint. Oh, great. Yeah, come get it. Come get it. Out of stem's gonna die. Now, if I can find my jump pack again after I get back down, I should probably head to those objectives. Either that or pull those off of you so one of you can. Alright, now... where is my shit? It is way over here, so I guess I'm not getting my jump pack after all. I'm going to try and start pulling you guys out of that combat zone. There's just no good to keep doing it. You should just yank, let them stay there in their tracks, lose scent, and get to objective. My gun didn't switch before the trigger pull for some reason. That's still yet another bug that they don't even have on the known list. The input drops are real even with the new keyboard. Yep. And I saw that. You can heal up and you still die anyways. Another unknown known issue. Oh, Christ. I basically had it. I can't play with this shitty keyboard. And Arrowhead has made everything fucking worse. Call it a Doom post or whatever dick you want to bob on. It's just bad. It's not the game it used to be. It'll probably have a comeback around and stuff like that. But the answer to that is even if they do bring that back around, will it have the content to make people want to come back? And I know we've gone back and forth about this over and over again, but that's the fact of the matter is we've gone back and forth about this over and over again. And I'm definitely playing Nerf myself. not only do I have the nerve damage, but now I don't have a keyboard that feels comfortable. It feels like a tiny laptop keyboard, like extra tiny. And this is what I have to work with, because when I did have money that I could have used to buy a better one online, because I was going to convert savings over to checking, the person who said that they were going to give me a ride that day just decided to leave and not tell me anything. And then they're like, oh, we still have 20 minutes, we could give them back. No, that's not how it fucking works. And this is the fucking cockthuggetry that I fucking deal with every day of my fucking life. Just people who just fucking ignore me or bullshit me because I can't get an income, because, you know, fucking carpetbaggers that, like, somehow got in control of, like, running the state for years and years and years, became the status quo, and, well, the state finds that my situation's obviously not bad enough, yet the people that think that I'm overly privileged for being, you know, a cracker figure, oh, well, I'll be fine, you can't possibly do the job because I know supposedly everything about your medical condition more than you who lives with it, by some lady who I could tell really just didn't like the fact that I was a pale guy. And this is the shit that I deal with, and people go on about, you know, like, oh, things are horrible, and I'm like, yeah, horrible for fucking me. I have a fucking insurance company that I have to rely on in the state of New Jersey that I'm not even allowed to shop for my own insurance because these fuckheads, you know, dictate it as such. Yeah, I probably shouldn't even be playing on my usual super hell dive on a fucked up keyboard in a fucked up state that is this fucked up game. And yeah, this is really the state of things. And even though we still push and try and play the game, and he almost got that final data point, which normally I don't think would be a problem. I think I could have broken away, but I cannot feel this keyboard out. And of course, as usual, I'm in pain, and adapting gets harder to something new like that. And it just sucks. So, yeah, I'm going to stop being a liability until I get a better keyboard and go to level 6. See you later, guys. Good luck. So, this is what I deal with. And I'm really cross with the state. I'm cross with the fact that companies get away with fucking murder, practically. I'm irritated with the fact that, you know, people are like, oh, it's so wrong about, like, you know, the CEO. That's never right. Yeah, but they weren't going to pay attention until it happened. And that's your fault. Y'all who are complaining about, oh, well, it's not right, it's not right. Yeah, well, it's the only time you stood up to pay attention of how wrong things are in the insurance company biz. So guess what? Due to his bad choices in life that he thought were good choices because he was making money hand over fist, he collected his dues fucking early. And people are going to go, how terrible I am for that. You know what? What's terrible is what I've had to deal with. At age 35, I had a blood pressure out of science fucking fiction for seemingly no fucking reason. Worked my ass off, beat it back. So much that I actually damaged my back when I was walking, and then I was hurting waking up that morning, but figured, man, I got to get this gate up anyhow because my job of an arcade that I've been working at for 16 years really depends on it. So I do that and rip my back up. Still managed to get it even after I ripped my back up because I'm just fucking dedicated like that. And then, of course, when it closes down, well, the company didn't have any other bit for me. But on top of that, I go back to ask for the promised letter of recommendation, and they act like it's a foreign fucking concept and avoid it every fucking which way. Which sucks. And then I found out, oh, you know how you make your back better? It's called you stop fucking using it and let it fucking heal. A bunch of these other fucks in their quack medical community, oh, you got to keep moving, oh, you got to keep moving, oh, you got to keep moving. I saw someone who got finger surgery because they cut themselves and their finger was permanently kind of curled. They got it fixed just to rip the work up because another quack told her, oh, you got to keep moving, oh, you got to keep moving, oh, you got to keep moving. Now her finger was like fucking stuck that way, curled forever. And they're not liable for it at all, no matter how stupid the fucking choice was. And people are supposed to believe these fucking quacks. So, yeah, I rested up the back. It finally got a little better. It's still not great. Probably never will be. But then I catch COVID before it's even fucking popular. Get almost no fucking help with it. The fucking doctor receptionist like, oh, well, we can't see you. I'm like, I'm literally fucking dying here. So much that at least the doctor said, yeah, if you're in a state like that, you just let her know that I fucking told you to go through. Because that's horse shit. And the one doctor that would see me at the fucking time, it was like over a fucking video call fucking thing. A fucking video call while I'm sitting in a goddamn parking lot, barely able to breathe. And while these fuckwads are trying to figure out how to get things working, like, oh, how do we keep people from dying? Oh, I know, don't lay them on their back. I learned that right off the bat as I let my face drain into a garbage can while I was that sick. And had a lump in my throat, so bad that I had to teach myself how to not gulp my food after I got better. So literally survived probably the worst possible symptoms of COVID known to fucking man. And then, guess what? Now your sugar spiked up for seemingly no fucking reason. Which, by the way, I'm now looking up there's other people who reported it happened exactly the same way for other people, got spiked, got damaged, and then it was just fucking too late. But there's other doctors who think that's not even it, because it hit my hands before it hit my feet. So then I try and get that under control, and you know what? It was when the sugar was all under control and fine, that's when I suddenly got woke up to razor blade feeling in my arms and hands, spread throughout my body within 3 weeks, and the state, these fuckheads in their absolute shit lack of goddamn wisdom, with their big snob stuck-up noses, are going on about how, oh, well, we don't think you're bad enough to warrant that you're disabled. How about fuck you? How about this is the very reason why people get to the level of being over-the-top extremist. You're the reason why people want to find you, okay? Now, that's not going to be me, but when you finally catch yours, I'm just going to break out the motherfucking popcorn, just like everybody else. And we're going to meme you, and we're going to fucking laugh. As cold as that is, oh, well, that's not Christian, or all this other stuff. No, what's not Christian and stuff like that is you literally taking advantage of people and then not doing your part of your dues of what you're literally paid for that could have saved their lives or their well-being. So fuck you, burn. That's what I'm going to fucking say to all that. Because I'm royally pissed. Because everybody is just unreliable. The industry of gaming is tits up, fucking bobbling around, trying to pitch messages that even the people or the audience knows that they're being fake about as well, and they're not fucking buying the games, the ones that scream for it the loudest. Other people who are going on about, you're exposing the women. Okay, well, you can leave the guys with the shirts off. Guess what? I happen to know others that are like, they're stupid, fucking tired of that shit too. And they're the audience you're trying to preach to. There's just so much to be angry about right now. There's so much to want to just find someone in a tie, grab them and choke them with it. And you wonder why people are going extremist on both sides. For one, you're lining these people up for proxy wars in your stead, for those of you in your little high offices, your little ivory towers, and you wonder why suddenly one of you got 3D'd. Okay? Right through the floor into death, into grave, because you finally got caught up with. And you're going to cry about it. Your family, I get it, they're upset, they lost one of their own. Well, guess what? How many families did you put in the ground because they were too afraid to go to urgent care because of the cost, that they died from something as simple as asthma? Fuck you. Eat dirt. Snort worms, okay? I'm going to be that cold motherfucker now. Because I've been straight-laced, nice, trying to help everybody. Take a grain of salt with everybody who's just fucking dumped on me to the point where I just felt like I didn't want to live anymore because what could I do? So you know what? Then I'm going to go out angry too. And people are like, oh, well, it's not healthy to hang on to all that anger. Well, when you let it go, what happens? They just keep doing it. That's even more unhealthy because then they keep fucking you. It's not good for the rectum of life. So I am going to hold on to it. And I'm going to preach a little bit of it because it's the only time where people stand up and realize there's a real fucking problem. Because people are fucking pissed. And hello, Ann. But yeah, this keyboard, it's going to be shit for what I'm trying to do with it. And I'm on myself a little tangent because everything is just going wrong again. You know, like Obama gets in office. Oh, it's all going to change. It didn't change well for me. Orange Man, who's bad and people don't want the wall because they simply don't like the Orange Man, even though they forgot the fact that Miss Clinton wanted the exact same thing. It's just because they're angry that the person that's in there. And I get it. He's a dick. I get it. He talks like a complete asshole. He probably says some things that need to be said. Probably a lot of things don't need to be said. And it's often questionable. The fact of the matter is both sides, I stick my nose at the both of you. I flip my finger at the both of you. Because not one of you has really put things in a real working order. Granted, it's still early yet this term. I get it. But I'm not going to be made into a proxy warrior, even if I'm up on fucking painkillers, to fight your quote-unquote good fight that both of you are turning your country inside out over. Fuck you both. You want to have a real dialogue and prove something, then talk to me fucking directly. But you're not going to, because you know I don't fucking matter. I'm not like fucking Bill fucking Ted Nugent with a big fan following. I'm not Maximilian Dude, who has his popularity that's called pseudo-popular, but it's enough to be pseudo-fame into just straight being fame. It is what it is. I'm not Magic Johnson. I'm not going to get that magic cure because I have enough money and heroes to throw behind. I got nothing. Nothing that's going to help my case. Here's the problem that you have to worry about now, even as the rich folks. Because there's a lot of people like me. And there's a lot of people that, unlike me, are still on the painkiller up and go out there and 3D a motherfucker. You go ahead and tell me how bad I am for saying it. Because apparently freedom of speech is terrible. Oh, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. Yeah, only if you're a certain demographic is that true. And that's just as evil. Because it's just the racist shoe on the other foot. It's just the sexist shoe on the other foot. That makes you basically everything that you were supposedly against. Things that I fought for back when I was in high school were actual equality. As in, everybody should realize people can work off their merit. People who got problems can probably find a way to be useful. And maybe we shouldn't red tape up things so badly that it's turned the world into a fucking get in line piece of shit where you come up with a brand new idea, you better play by the rules of the next big corporation or it's fucked. And that's where we're at. Because any system without any reins against the rich whatsoever is doomed to get that way because they feel there's no consequence. Without consequence, there is no order. And for much of the rich, there's very little consequence. We've seen that where you even tried to truck down on Martha Stewart, which probably was the lower end of fame that you were able to gangbang against. Even they were, in a situation where they had drapes in their fucking cell. I go to jail, I've already been told by someone who's worked in the system, yeah, they'll probably throw you in prison, not even give you your medication. And then you'll scream about how you're in pain, get thrown down as mentally incompetent, and straitjacketed where you can sit in pain even longer and they just think it's all in your head. And no one will fucking help you. That's also where we're at. We're basically back to the concepts of throwing people in fucking locked, forgotten dungeons and make like that's the big awesome, thing to deal with it. Why? Because those dungeons happen to be funded to be handled by companies now themselves, so it's profitable. Yeah. Meanwhile, all the other resources are all taken up because there's just way too much to go around. And there's one thing to be said about helping out other people and they're set, but maybe you should send them forces that signed up for that to go in and do some of that. That's how it was done before. People volunteer. There's plenty of people willing to volunteer that are healthy that just love handling explosives and handling a problem outside the nation and help their situation out too. But no, it's all shit. And apparently somehow our answer to a bunch of shit is the tariffs. He better hope it goes the way that he's hoping it's going to go with the tariffs, because if not, it's going to cause so much of a price hike on necessary needs that it's going to go like fucking apocalypse level right here at home. You think I'm fucking kidding? Come on, look at Berkeley. And that was well before the point. Berkeley didn't happen because of a whole bunch of supposed swastika-wielding Nazis. Berkeley happened because a bunch of people were throwing shits at other vehicles, and shit gets to panic, and anger gets to hand, and people want to get out. And people want to show that, they think that they can do whatever they want without consequence in their direction. Like suddenly they're the new rich set of people because of, they're kept so down, so it must be justified. When in reality, they've been so privileged to not know what it takes to take a hit back to do your stupid shit, that suddenly they got hit back and cry. Granted, that guy who went off too and whatnot, well, I don't even know. That case seemed to magically just disappear. Granted, I could be wrong. I could have just missed whatever the quote-unquote result of it was. But it's the shit. The fact of the matter is it's to that point. And then people say, you got to allow demonstration that's peaceful. What if all that was peaceful? Throwing shit at vehicles. Since when do we label that as peaceful? And then high-end, rich, mighty motherfuckers don't make a move on it until it's their house that gets fucking raided? Way to shove your carpet up your own nose. Now sniff it and realize how the actual cost of what it's like to be the rest of us, who basically got to fucking take it where we're at. You know why some of us like living off somewhere and fucking married next to somewhere, but slightly off into the fucking woods? Because maybe there's a chance that we're not going to be on the fucking walkway to fucking Terrorville. So much though that when I'm walking off somewhere peacefully by myself, because I have a leather jacket that has a skeleton design on it, I get called in because I have a face mask that my hood turns into to keep warm, about how, I'm walking in the middle of the night with a mask on. Blah, 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 blah. It's fucking cold. Of course I should have a fucking mask on, you fucking retards. So of course they fucking pull me over, which I'm not in a car, by the way, which is probably the real reason why they pull you over, because now they know you're a simple catch. Sure enough, run my name, stuff like that. Ask them multiple times. I'm not arrested, right? I'll probably find that out that I was, like the one time that I was never read my rights, never informed I was being arrested, never even informed I was being detained, no handcuffs, no stepped into a car in my past after I got assaulted and defended myself without injuring the opponent that they chose to be opponent after they made contact with me already 5 fucking times. But the gumball police just love to fucking pull over a guy who's pale because they can get away with that shit because that's the new fucking popular thing to do. And that sounds racist as F. I know. Just like for some reason, some kid put up a sign that says it's okay to be white, which sounds perfectly okay, but then called it racist. Yeah, we're real fucking logical around fucking here. And then they're like, Helldiver, brainwashing into being a stupid Nazi regime. Blah, 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 blah. Really? I don't see a bunch of racial indifference in Helldivers. I don't see a whole bunch of stuff, a bunch of ladies saying guys aren't welcome here. I don't see a bunch of guys saying ladies aren't welcome here. I do occasionally see some left versus right thing. Something said, they're all basically Nazis. Really? Are they lining you up in a fucking train to a death camp? They're not? They don't believe in this freedom. They don't believe in that freedom. Okay, last time I checked, people are still generally able to walk outside who are not me, at least, and not get pulled over by the police because they decided to take a jog or a walk just to cool off, doing no harm. Because the second time I got pulled over, basically on foot. I was actually on my back, straightening out on a bench. What happened? Oh, ShopRite decides to fucking have some prick who was going to call me in as, I guess they thought I was homeless and sleeping on their bench. Just let my back straighten out. I've got fucking problems, and I just walked from my fucking house. They're acting like I'm homeless. Like, I live down the fucking road. More of that big, stuck-up nose horse shit. I must be the one who's having a problem. Oh, well, you're ranting. You must have a mental problem. I probably do at this point. You know why? Because people like that. Because I can't walk outside my house despite not having a criminal record, treated like a criminal for how pale I am. Or for the fact that I limp a bit maybe when I walk, or I walk a little slow, or I'm trying to straighten my back out. For some reason, wearing a skeleton on a jacket is means for fucking... What? I'm sorry, are those gang colors now? Jazz hands, gang colors now? Like, apparently we can take a Hatchet Man logo, and anyone who has that is now classified as a gang member, but you couldn't even put Shaggy Dope and his buddy as part of the actual gang? Because FBI incompetence? Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's all run by two sides playing a game of chess with the people of their own country into a fucking shitstorm. And what's worse is that this is probably one of the better places to be, at least for most years of my life, compared to somewhere like China, which apparently we can let them dictate what deal we go into, to the point where a whole bunch of technology gets slammed, and probably set us back years of the progress we could be making. And now we're just going to tariff everything as if it's going to make it all fucking better. We better hope that it's indeed that playing card to make them wise the fuck up and get in line, because if that thing fails, we're all going to be paying major fucking dollars. So much that when the other form of dollar that's somewhere out there, probably Bitcoin, becomes that much more popular and the US dollar is not considered the world standard anymore, guess what? The people that you even put off from not having to pay a tariff might not play ball with you anymore either, because you just lost that respect. So that means South Korea, no longer on your no tariff list because they don't want to be. Japan, hell, Japan and stuff, some of these stuff is like keyboards, hard drives. I'm hearing all about how this components and stuff and electronics, damn screens and all this other stuff supposed to be on the non-tariff list. Then why is this, like, the new hardware that's coming out suddenly now boosting even more price gouging? And some people are saying that they now pull the price back, or that they're not announcing it yet because of the tariffs. They were greedy before tariffs, now it's just going to be extra out of range of normal folks. Let alone motherfuckers like me who can't get a fucking income. Now, I can dip into savings and whatnot, but what happens when my savings are gone? I ain't got shit. It's basically game over. I might as well just, Control-Alt-Self-Delete. Because what am I going to do? Oh, get help from... Oh, now I get to have help? Because I have absolutely nothing left in the bank? Fuck you. How about fuck the way that shit has been run for the past fucking decade plus? It is fucking straight garbage out there. People are like, oh, well, you should go places. You should do things. Okay, first of all, I don't have a fucking car. I have to borrow one. Which jobs also don't want to hear. I also have nerve damage. I can still drive, but it's also what jobs don't want to hear. Also, again, reason for no income. Hey, guess what? I'm not big old popular on a DEI listing because I'm not officially disabled, because the state in their wondrous options had some schmuck of a lawyer say, oh, he's not that bad. He's not that bad. Motherfucker, I almost busted my ass on your fucking porch as a loose brick on a facility that's meant to not be changed and whatnot, yet still upkept because it's considered historic Mount Holly, all the way where I had to go to get this fucking appointment. Nearly busted my ass on that. But me and my, ability to still avoid that shit somehow, but catch the worst of life ever-wise, oh, that's okay. Someone else probably did bust their fucking leg on your shit. You're an asshole too. I hope you fucking take a header off your own porch. Because all this goodwill, this nicety that I'm supposed to be expected to do, because, oh, well, you must be a problem because you're so violent. Really? I'm so violent. I'm so violent that when I was assaulted and got arrested, that I did no harm to no one. I defended myself after taking contact 5 fucking times. I'm so violent that I have no criminal record, but I get to keep an arrest record just because I didn't want to pay the extra extortion fund that New Jersey keeps you arrested, even though that they didn't even read your rights, after you were not proven guilty. I get this wonderful white privilege. Tell me where that fucking is, because let me tell you, I'm not making an income. Do I get some drugs paid for me? Yeah, because that's imported off of some Chinese shit, probably what made me have other problems. And that's all there is for me now. This is what I deal with. I am in pain every day of my fucking life. And other people are like, oh, we also have to deal with pain. You have no idea the levels of pain I was in. Okay? I'm talking self-deletion levels of pain because you can't stand it some days. And for me, I was like that straight for a year. Especially the first half of it. When it just took me in 3 fucking weeks to go throughout my entire body. Only getting 2 hours sleep at a time. You think your pain is fucking real? Fuck you. You know where your pain was. You probably knew it was going to heal. You were told it was going to heal. I was being told nerves don't heal. This is what it's like. Basically, that there was no way out. And I hung on just to find out anyway. I hung out enough that I was able to now take it and get to a level where I can survive it. But there's only so much I can fucking do. And I can't even do much of it right now because I have a shit fucking keyboard that I picked up for $35 at a Staples. Because I don't have a big old Bluetooth rig for the other keyboards. And they had seemingly no wired keyboards for some fucked up reason. So I had to take one that had a little plug-in dongle. And working with that, and it does not feel like a keyboard. I have no backlights. I can't quickly reference where my hand is other than that little bump thing, and it's definitely different coordinated. It doesn't feel good. So I'm a little bit on a fucking rampage because I also get texts from a doctor about how like, oh well, it's bad, you maybe get some kind of help. I tried to get help. They said no. They said fucking no. And anytime I try and get that started again now, the people who I would really need to help me, because my memory is completely fucking shot, they're like, oh, well, I can't do it all for you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, then get me someone who's actually a social worker who might be able to. Yeah, I just get no help. Hell, they keep on saying things like, oh, yeah, well, we'll take you along if you got to do a thing with the bank and transfer some savings and checking. Because I knew stuff was going to need that money soon, and sure enough, they just ditched me. And you know who that was? My mother. My own mother fucking ditched me. To just go fucking right off. And her excuse was, oh, well, it didn't seem like you were really serious about it. No, I literally said, I really need to go. And like, they were, oh, we'll make room for you. I'm not going to let that one go too easily. It's going to take some real fucking doing. Because that's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. Your own mother just lied to you. And it's okay for people to lie because it's not illegal to lie. Apparently it's not illegal for a bunch of, high on rich people to lie to you about other things. Apparently it's not illegal for your insurance company to lie to you about how, oh, we don't know what's going on. They know what's going on. They're playing the game because the longer they push it off, the more likely you're about to let it go, or the longer they're not supplying the goods that are costing them money. It's just like why people do illegal dumping, because it's literally more cost effective to dump illegally, get caught occasionally, than to do it legitimately all the time. And that's what your insurance companies are doing. And that is why a motherfucker 3D'd one into the floor. Was it the best thing to do? No. But it worked. What else was he going to do? What else was he going to do other than have to spend a fortune to campaign? Or could he take a few rounds that he could chisel a bunch of D words that the insurance companies used to, throw at you, and bury that shit into his back? Or front, I don't know. The video, they won't release the video fully clean. Oh, it's too violent for TV. Oh, maybe it's a study point. They're like arguing as to what gun it was. None of this is interestingly identifiable. But you know what? Sometimes what is not legal becomes the only action left. And this is what we've been trying to warn you about. There comes a time when all of your quote-unquote bunny ears with my fingers, the right way is to do it, blah, 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 but doesn't work so many fucking times that nobody wants to go about the right way that never fucking works. Or that is way too expensive than they can fucking afford. Sometimes people do what works, and it may not be legal. Which, guess what? Look to the 1600s, motherfucker. That's exactly the shit that gave way to the fucking golden age of piracy. Snuff it up. Snort it up your nose. Because this is where you fucking live now, and it's your own fucking fault. Because a bunch of rich fucking snobs scratched each other's back to the point where people are now at a level where they're going to get extreme. You want to talk about freedom? Guess what? This country was born off the back of Dunkin' fucking tea in the harbor, and then when they came to complain about it, caught some buckshot in the fucking eye socket. You think it's going to go any differently now? You think that removing all the firearms is going to magically make it all go away? They're just going to find new ways to knock your fucking building over. And that's even worse. Because you're pushing people to such extreme notes that this rant is going to be what it was in the 80s. A sugarcoat comparative to the real reality you will face when real tragedy strikes again. Because this is what you push, this is what you force. When you don't give people the proper way to deal with things that actually work, you've made for no drain off for the flood, you son of a bitch. Your dams is about to break because you think it was just not going to happen during your term, in your lifetime, that it wasn't going to come back on you. You dirty, lazy sons of bitches in your fucking clean suits to hide the utter filth that you really are basking in, with your dirty ass balls able to afford them fucking hookers and make believe like they're not there, like you're not giving them the cigar in the fucking White House. Yeehaw, Billy. And that was Clinton. It's not about Republican. That was Democrat. Guess what? Your Republicans are also saying some wild ass shit too. They're not that much better. They antagonize people. But partly it's because you had a bunch of people leave to that side because you screamed so hard about how, oh, you dudes don't belong here. That's just sexist. How is that any better than what you endured? This is what you're going to teach? I have friends that have endured all that shit. They don't run me out, but there's people who do try to run me out. Why? I know very much well why. Because they are those same fucking sexists. They are those same kind of anti-pale everybody. And it's not right. I'm not going to say, well, then maybe we should hammer this out. No. I'm going to say we should hammer people out piece by piece, individual by individual, and throw that poster up on the fucking wall like there was back in the old days. It's not about let's blame an entire fucking demographic. That's dumb as fuck. Fucking stupid. And it's lazy. The reality is you have individuals who do things. And they have other friends who do things. And we have the technology. We can make him better. We can make systems better that literally track this shit. And yet the supposed system that was needed, that was so popular, it was going to stop all this terrorism, just really was the NSA that gave everybody the right to spy on your conversations, then get to lie to you that they're spying on your conversations, then had to come clean about it because someone else had to run off to another country, to the point where both sides, Republican and Democrat, were going to call Snowden about how bad a traitor he was, when really he actually pulled a solid, probably for everybody, whether you know it or not. Because then they at least had to come clean on it. But you know what? It still wasn't to stop it, because they know that they can get away with it. And that's why I'm saying, once again, without any kind of consequences comes the falling of order. What happens every single time in a kingdom throughout history that the rich became too powerful for too long, and it was a fucking barber, sending people against each other for the fun of their games because they realize that if there's not something parting their vision off of something else, you don't want people to stop subtly playing video games, because guess what? CNN watching the war ain't doing it anymore. Your fucking arena on that's spent. Right now, you have fucking games and entertainment. You continue to let that get shafted, and a bunch of people will have nowhere to go, just like a bunch of kids that they don't love to talk about this. But when suddenly they weren't going to get their Saturday morning cartoons, sure, they went out and play. They will never release the numbers truly how many joined gangs and became part of actual gang violence. Numbers they will never let slip. But it's the fact. And your soccer moms and the high officials that those soccer moms were with got that shit done and never had to answer for it. And then they were going to do the same thing to your music a decade later. Only our boy D. Snyder kind of rolled up and said, yeah, here's the slippery slope, and it was all on television. That was their mistake. The revolution won't be televised? Yeah, because they saw what happened the last time it was. It didn't go well for them. And you could tell that they wanted to kill him. They wanted to murder him, but they couldn't touch him at this point. Because he does have a following. People will point out when shit don't add up. And D. Snyder, like the game he used to play, knows everybody in a bunch of big in industry within 6 degrees. But yeah, what was it? It was the same thing as the fucking time before it. Bunch of soccer moms. Bunch of people who think that their kids should never have any kind of goal. Any kind of thing that they should ask, you know what? If I do all this, maybe I should be learning what my reward is for doing it. Especially when it's really rough and tough on me. But no, how dare they? How dare they? Punishment should be enough. An ass beating should be enough. Only, okay, now we're not allowed to even do that. So you let these kids spiral into the ways that they are. You're not allowed to punish, and you still discourage rewarding. Or they learn that the only way to really get by is not even do these institutions that you basically made these after-school specials about. Because it was brainwashing. You got people who got NFL contracts to say, oh no, I gotta do the right thing. I gotta finish college first. The education's important. Dude, if you get an NFL contract, that is literally what you wanted to do for your life. That school's gonna be there, and if not, there's another one right beside it. Get your money, get what you want to do, then go back. If you even have to, or because it's a thing that you just want to do. You'll have the money for it after that fact. And if not, well, it's because you got injured and now you had to stop early, and guess what? The school's still going to be there. They're still funding away, especially when you're officially damaged. Granted, you're going to probably have to fight 2 or 3 times because the people that are in these high offices that, believe in the 3D until more of them get bumped off, that's the way it is now. So I've ranted about this probably for now a better part of an hour. I know it's boring, and probably no one's going to really bother watching it. A lot of people don't bother watching me anyway. But the fact of the matter is, equality is equality. It means even playing field. And I realize to some degree it's never going to happen exactly. But you can at least try for it. This whole thing about chasing other people out just because of their skin tone, telling them they have to go, they must be have inherent evil in their souls because they're this color or that. How is that just not putting the shoe on the other foot? How is that not just as bad? How is that not bringing Jim Crow laws right back? You're an idiot if you follow that routine. Fucking stupid. And if you want to argue that point, guess what? Sign a contract or a waiver, and even in the pain I'm already in, I will go ahead and take some painkillers, go out and meet you, and as long as we're both on an even keel in a bit, let's have a fist fight over it. Is that what you really want? Is that what you think's going to solve it? Might make us feel better. Maybe we'll become friends. But meanwhile, going after like old people or bystanders just because you quote unquote believe they voted the direction that you didn't want, even though that they're screaming on the ground as you kick them or stab them about how no they didn't, but you just assume you know all. But in reality you don't know. You just wanted to believe or have other people that you had a justified reason to act out. Who's really the violent individual? Because last time I checked, I didn't kill anybody. Last time I checked, I didn't stab anybody. Last time I checked, I didn't knock anybody's teeth in. Last time I checked, I didn't do any of these things that meanwhile transpire from both, but a particularly amount people who are dressing up like modern day ninjas with Antifa, and supposedly we're going on about how all the bad is a whole bunch of Nazis on Republicans. I didn't see a lot of swastikas flying, guys. I didn't see a whole bunch of people screaming about how down with the color D's or all whatever. No, I didn't see a lot of that. I didn't hear a lot of that. And there was a lot of cameras and microphones out. What I did hear, what I did see, was a bunch of people acting really out. Now, granted, now I am seeing some people fucking finally say, oh, you're going to take my shit, and well, guess what? You're going to get punched in the face. Am I also seeing people get drugged right off the fucking road for sitting in it, stopping traffic? Yes, I am. Guess what? I can't say I feel that bad for you, because it's not like they did what they could have done, kicking you over and stomping your glasses into the back of your eyeballs. No, they're dragging you off and going on about how you're horrible, your rights were damaged, even though you're literally standing in the way of the street, becoming a public nuisance, probably holding up things like ambulances and fire needs. And this is all to supposedly stop oil, but what you're doing is literally making them burn more fuel, which is not great for the environment when they could have gotten to their place faster and spread that pollution out under the row of trees that were down the road otherwise. Good job. But I guess I'll play a little bit, probably on a lower difficulty level, see if I can do anything. But the keyboard feels awful. Typing on it's not great. I'm still getting used to it. And the way it's compact, it's not working great for a guy that has big hands who also has nerve damage. And it sucks. And it reminds me, probably after a few years, for either the lack of funds, because I don't want to play a bunch of free-to-play games. It's not how I roll. Because they still want a bunch of money if you're going to really involve yourself with it. It's a scam. And, you know, I want to enjoy what I'm doing. And it feels like a lot. It's just not as much enjoyment. They have expectations that it's got to be your job. And if I'm getting paid for it, that's great. I've not seen any money come from it in USD form. Now, there are things I do otherwise that I don't make USD, but I make in-game money. So at least I can pretend I have something closer to a kind of life. And that's kind of cool, but it's still not going to sustain me in the end. Probably nothing will. I've literally slipped through the cracks of society. And they don't care. Because I'm just supposedly privileged. Granted, I'm privileged enough I can still play a game, but not for long. It's very few that I can really afford. Especially when Nintendo wants to now make games like $80 fucking. Thanks a lot. Whoops, I forgot to change my difficulty level. I'm going to return to ship. I don't want to be that bad guy or something, but they'd be probably even unhappier with me if I went in like I am right now on that difficulty level. If I'm going to have half broke ass controls, I should probably do it on a lower difficulty level for now. So yeah, I'm stupid. I forgot. Memory and all, even though some stuff stares me right in the face. I'll get back to Super Helldive one day, in theory. Hopefully I can get a better keyboard and do that. So yeah, let's back this down to just extreme. I could probably do suicidal, but let's just do extreme. Just a little bit of fun. Hopefully it'll feel fun. Some people can't even play the game right now because the performance is just bogged and clicked it into nothingness. Even major YouTubers that have better specs than I do just got unlucky like that. They probably had to disable a certain part of Windows 10, which a lot of people do, But when you disable it, you're not even ready to update to Windows 11. So you know, come October, when that becomes mandatory, you fucked. Thanks, Microshaft. I don't even remember what the fuck I'm even doing. Fuck it, 500. This, and walking rape machine. Let's give him ammo, because why not? But yeah, maybe that's what I need in life. I need to rant a little bit. And you're going, oh, you need a shrink. No, the shrink's not going to make the pain go away. They just aren't. They oversell that way too much. Oh, maybe they'll find a better way to cope with it. I've tried all the things. It's been 5 years of this shit, bro. No. No. You want a shrink to listen to you? It's called get a friend, get a drinking buddy. If you can't drink, then just have someone that's willing to hear you out a little bit. Or do what I'm doing. Shout into the fucking wind of the butthole. That's not going to do anything, because that's basically what talking to, your state officials is. You want better? Hey, guess what? You better commit a crime, because it's the only way you're going to get noticed. Not the lesson I should be pitching? Too bad. It's the only thing that really works. Go ahead. Look at society. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Almost went down that hole. Well. Oh, great. Ow, fucking rape. I love how they come out of nowhere. Yeah, the game is not great right now. I should have just picked a fucking car. Let's do this at least. Can I grab my shit? Thank you. Dumb little asshole. You deserve every piece of that. I'll wear you as a fucking hat. Anyways, let's see if we can walk over here and help them out. Because in a mech right now is the only way I even fucking feel comfortable. Guess what? Fuck you. Eat shit. And terrain hang up. And that just stopped following me because it's time for it to derez, I guess. Oh, you got it. Okay. You can just hold in tight for me to catch up with this mech. I'll clean that shit up for you. And crunch, crunch, smash. It sounds a little concerning because it blatantly sounds like things are getting broken. Let me just fuck these mushrooms for you. So that's a few patches of mushrooms that are now gone. We should be seeing a whole lot less of those birds. If I can catch up to you. Alright, where do you want me? I bet you want me there, right? Let's head there. But feel free to ping something else and I'll go walk my ass over there in this big steel. Oh, you could hop on top of this. I could probably walk you up that hill. You hop on top. Plus you could dive crawl it. Also be careful, that direction north I'm looking at is a big old bomb, so if you hit that it's going to go boom. But yeah, you might want to take out your main objective, especially since they've been cluttering a lot recently. You might want to seismically probe these assholes here. Oh, let me get out of the way. There we go. Alright. Now I get my jump pack on for when the mech eventually breaks, which it absolutely will. do that thing. Got it? Oh ho! Yeah, let me get in the robot. Things are already fucking flying. Guess what? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh, that strafing run was right on me. Well, that's gone. I'm hitting tab when I don't want to because this keyboard sucks dick. Oh right, I don't have a turret. Might as well resupply because reasons. I wish my mech didn't get pounded that fast. But that was an eagle strafing run I could not back out of the way of fast enough. But yeah, probably should get your main objectives out of the way. Then you can play with whatever, and then if you die, well, at least it's still win. I'm also playing on a weird tiny keyboard because my good one is shorting out, so I might not be on best performance today. Be merciful. That's why I'm down here on level 6 instead of super Helldive. Fuck. Granted, sometimes I just help some of the newer guys too. Blinded by the light, running like a douche in the middle of the night. Oh, look at these assholes. Get fucked. So some of you might also be wondering just why I reload with one round still left. Because it's one in the chamber. And either way, you're going to still not be actually losing stuff because that's in the chamber, not in the mag. And you actually then don't have to cock it. So it makes the reload faster. And I know I've said this before, even though I have memory of shit. But I feel it's worth bringing up. Alright, so it looks like me and him can still take care of this. And let's see what the radar gives us. Aha. $500 out. That takes care of that. Oh darn it. Oh darn it. Oh darn it. Eat shit. Not bad for a guy with a fucked up keyboard and nerve damage. Come on. Oh darn it. Oh darn it. Oh my. Yeah, belly up for me, buddy. Eat shit. Oh, and I missed. That's not what I wanted. That's really not what I wanted. I do like dynamite, though. I ain't gonna lie. Ow. Fuck you, little... Eat shit. You too. You motherfucker. What? Why, you little... Why? Why you leave? Good boy. Oh, shit. Just in case you're still there. Oh, shit. Fuck your plant too. Oh, how did that not kill you? Oh, you suck. You little bastards. What? Reload, motherfucker. Try it sometime. Dick. Oh, I hate you. I really hate you. I hate you and your soul. Fucking. We got stalkers nearby we gotta take care of. Where the fuck are they coming from? Alright, I'm going to move on north. You should probably pull along too rather than play it too. Oh, you got it. Alright, you're good. Whee! Yeah, we should probably overdue for getting stem replacements. Yep. And there's only 2 of us nearby here, so I can double dip. So what is it that they're going after? Is there something there? I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know. Makes me wonder sometimes. They do weird things in this game. Oh, yeah, there's a thing here. Oh, wait, this is extraction. If I had some, I should leave them. But I suck right now, so I have nothing. Fucked up Bile Titan. Pretty sure it's a decor Bile Titan. Oh, hi. Also hi. You know what? Let me guess, it probably killed none of the birds. Right? 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 Because it just explodes and kills everything across the ground, which makes no sense. They should nail those fuckers. I will shoot you in the like a westerner in this air. Yoink. Nice that works again. Can we get up this fucking thing, please? Jesus Christ. Damn it. I hate stalkers so fucking much. We got a stalker nest nearby. Thanks. Thanks, Arrowhead. That shouldn't have done anything of the sort, but fuck you very much, thank you. Maybe I was there to save his soul. The thing creeping up on his ass. Maybe that's why. Maybe there was purpose, I don't know. I just don't even fucking know. Oh, that's great. You're gonna get stuck here too, alright. Like, what? Arrowhead! Arrowhead! Arrowhead, you monkeys. You chimpanzees with keyboards. I fucking swear to God. You goddamn... Ugh. I'm stuck in the fucking hill. Fuck's sakes. This is what I play. I can't even spacebar. The jump pack's not even working. I can't even jump. Yeah, just keep punching me. Thanks. God. Oh, that happened. Spread out a little bit here. No special box here. No fun allowed. Because we don't want to give super credit down. If you're short on stems, might as well grab them. That's how you survive here. If you don't have like at least 15 stems by the end of the match that you've used, you're probably doing it wrong. Oh yeah, that one there, that one there. You've got like a chain reaction of fucking these things ready to happen. Oh, hi. File tighten down. Tentacle sex monster down. Ah, fuck. Oh, shit. Alright, that's a dead batch of bastards. Sorry if that fish back can hit you. I think that came back and flicked me that time. Shit. Why are they not? Oh, now he's pulling back this way. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, hell. Jesus Christ. hit you all. Oh shit. Let's get that loaded. For any baddies that come this way off balance, and apparently my right arm's damaged. I'll just walk up on this explodable car, because why not? We'll blow that car up. Alright, what is left out here? This looks interesting. Is there a hidden container here, or have we been here before? Oh, well, there's ammo.
Can't liberate with this broken arm.
Sure you can. Dun, 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 dun. Is there a machine gun? No, there's not. Dun, 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 dun. What the hell? Dun, 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 dun. Just gonna complain about this arm for the next hour. Someone found something. It's always nice. Someone found death. Which one was it? I'm really not sure. However, I do hear. Saw a bug run right past me. What do we have here? Ghost dive right past that little guy. Anything magical here? Probably not. Nothing magical. There's something else. Okay. Oh, you guys hear me already? Oh, Christ. That didn't go anywhere close to where I wanted it. This fucking keyboard. Fuck you. Got one for you too, buddy. Really? Okay, I should be doing something here. Really? They managed to exchange killing blows, like the turret and that. On the real, on the true. The old 180. Good enough. Fuck you. How did it switch itself off again? What the fuck? Ow, sorry. This keyboard. I ended up tripping up the mouse button that way. Still getting used to this. Sorry about that. I probably sort of deserve that. Let's see here. Check these time things real quick. I think I got a bunker over here. Yeah, I do. Might be something further up north too. Hopefully there's money in here. Well, there's metals. I'm sure somebody could use that. Anti-material, flamethrower. Let's see. What the fuck? Arrowhead. Arrowhead. You gotta be shitting me. I got myself stuck again. Well. Oh, fuck. Arrowhead. Why do you hurt my soul like this? Jesus Christ. Good for you. Not a car in sight. Speaking of car, though. That car will never be the same. apparently neither will that one. Ooh, another bomb reaction ready to go off down here. I didn't set the other one off. I'm kind of surprised, actually. Fall stick rock.
Calling in reinforcements.
Where are they headed? What are they doing? Machine gun.
Support back.
And wow.
Danger.
What they're checking for. It's actually something way over there.
Northeast. 200 meters.
Oh, great. Fuck you. Dickheads.
Activating jump pad.
I know one time when I was playing this, when the keyboard was still shorting out, every other bump I was taking from a fall from a jump was like a third to half my health. I was like, what the fuck, dude? It's like they were negating the fact that I was wearing heavy armor. So that could be a bug too. If you get that happen, restart your game. Because I'm not going to put it past Arrowhead at this point. Yeah. Yeah, well, I want to check on things. How about fuck you? Yeah, looks like they already got this. Is there anything up there? Doesn't look like it, but I might check anyway. Oh, look at that. It disrupted my crouch. Another design flaw. A little bump in the road should not pull you from your crouch. Just saying. Just fucking saying. Oh shit. Heard that.
Falcon 1 returning to extraction point. Please ensure you are inside the extraction radius.
I'm just gonna let those go on by. Don't tell me you magically see me now. Fucking stalkers. Oh, no you don't. You go away. Fuck you. That dirty bastard to slip. Could have killed him, but it would have made noise. Kind of just want to go and leave. What time is it? wish you could just dive in the back like that.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
4 last deaths before we go. There's that, but yeah, I'm sometimes that mouse click, it can be a little soft, and I accidentally pulled the trigger that time. It's I'm already feeling fumbly as fuck with this keyboard. At least I've gone out of my way to pry the fucking Windows key right out of it, because God, I hate that fucking thing. I don't care if I never see that fucking button ever fucking again. It's useless. It's a worthless, cumbersome piece of shit. It only gets in the way. Need my space bar for some things, need my Alt key right next to it, don't need the Windows button that's right next to that. And I know a lot of keyboards even have a Windows key disabled button. But, yeah. Oh, there goes my alarm. Nope, don't do that. Alright, good luck everybody. That's my alarm going off. My alarm's going off, time for me to go. And it's right there in my corner, and all up in my business. Dismiss that. So, anyways, yeah. So this keyboard's not great for playing games. It's just not. But I'm going to try and use it for now. But, yeah, I'm going to have to get something else. It's just, it's compact. It's not good for my hand positioning. I can't feel it out as easily. And normally there's a learning period, but it's also very much like a compact laptop wireless keyboard with nearly no weight to it, so it slides around way too easily. It's just not made for what I'm using it for right now, but it's kind of to get me by at the moment. At least I can use it enough to a degree to do some shit that I need to get done. I think I should be able to fly with it for the most part, but yeah. I have pried the Windows button out of it, so that's good, like I was saying before. But, we should reposition my fingers wrongly there for a moment. But yeah, so I'm going to stop it there, get ready to start my day. I got flying I got to do, especially since I missed some yesterday. Because I had to do banking that I couldn't do on another day because I got ditched instead of given a ride like I was promised. So I couldn't just buy, one online that was more preferable. And yeah, I also had to get a keyboard, and I was just very tired. I'm probably eventually going to need some time off and whatnot. They say that vacation twice a year is recommended, and now that I'm older, granted I'm not officially working and I'm not making USD, but what I do does take time, it does take effort. I'm not making any money here, of course, but at least I get to play here and catch some things that go wrong right on stream. and then I might just throw that up in their official Discord if I ever join it again. But they want to talk about low effort art. How about low effort modding? The moderators in the main Discord for Helldivers, ugh, just ugh. I've never been kicked out, but I've heard like their automated warnings that they hide behind, so none of them has to take any, bad rep. And when I would ask about jobs, they would give the automated response, which is like a basic copy paste. They probably even have a shortcut for it at this point, and it was not appropriately answering my question. And they're like, oh, well, do you have your working papers? I'm like, I already asked. Do I really need to like move there just to there, like after they sent me the paperwork? And to have to move to their little country, that the biggest thing they have to their name is probably this video game, when it has a larger player base than they even have citizenship in their whole country. Was it Holland or something? I have to look it up again. It's silly. You should be having remote testers from UK, United States, probably Japan, China, because there's indeed Chinese players, but their CCP is probably already against them playing it, and some other friendly countries. That way you know that it's getting tested in the actual conditions that your largest player bases are at. That would be the smart thing to do, especially distance ones, because the United States is quite some distance from the home creators of Helldivers. That would be the smart thing to do. Not expect people to move to your country that has less people in it than your game has a player base. You can call it disrespectful, call it what you want. It's facts. Because you're going to want to know how the game actually reacts to those player bases of the people actually playing it, to actually really play it, not the devs that are doing it because they got to test a thing and then suffer from my little girl can't do no wrong syndrome because they're the ones that programmed it. That's why you always have a separate tester base, and it's appropriate to have a proper paid for tester base, because if you do not pay them, they're not obligated, truly obligated to bring everything they find to you, whether it's beneficial to their little secret or not. That is the appropriate thing to do for a studio that has a banger of a game that's made their money income extremely more amounts than what they have, extremely more than what they're paying out, especially that they don't seem to really want to grow their dev team appropriately to deal with the demand. So yeah, you can cry about how you are a small team only so much to justify how fucked up things are getting on the irregular, till people call you out and say, yo, you're in big leagues now. Go buy yourself some big league players. I'm not saying get rid of the people you got, but I am saying you do need some more big league players. Let's get real here. So that's the honest thing that you're going to get from an honest player, not just someone simping under the banner of paid for. If they do pay me, I'll tell them straight out, like, I'll sign an NDA, but then I'm going to definitely tell people I'm indeed under an NDA and getting a realistic paycheck. Otherwise, what I find out is mine to share, bud. Just like everything else. People want to go about how, we're going to send your ninja lawyers like whatchamacallit did. Why, I won't play, God, what was that one game? With the vaults and stuff like that. Not Fallout, although that's a wreck too. I can't remember. The one with Handsome Jack. That whole series, they sent like scare tactic guys to a guy who literally was just picking up videos of stuff shared, not data dug or anything like that, and basically scared one of their biggest fans out of their community. You go try that with me, you might not get your boys back off my property. You dare try to threaten me on my property, I'm going to say, get the fuck off my property. The first moment you decline to move fast enough, you're going to get a wake-up call. You can ban me after that, sure, fine, but yeah, that's why I'm not even going to get involved with that game. Borderlands, that's what it was. I knew it would eventually come to me. Yeah, what they did to that one guy is utterly filthy. You want a guy like that. You want those fans who are avid and picking things out for other people who can't pick them out, and, like, you know, get the community talking, broiled up, ready for the next game. You want that. Why you sent fucking suits to his house is not only filthy, but it was also technically stalking. It's illegal because he wasn't doing anything legally wrong. What is this about? Oh, I was talking about how the Borderlands creators sent suits to one of their fans' house to scare him out of sharing things as a streamer that he was picking from their advertising videos. And yeah, Helldivers is a fun game. Don't get me wrong. It's in a bad place right now, but that's because they fucked it up again. And even in its fucked up state, I'd rather be playing this than something like Borderlands that blatantly sends suits to people's houses to, like, threaten them. Because it's probably going to get me into a legal complication, just not the one that they think that they would enter themselves into. But yeah, it really is one of the best games I've seen in years. Even when it's fucked up, because at least they're going to fix it. It's like, at least it has love and soul behind it, you know? Like games used to, because they're trying things. There's physics involved. The ragdoll is present and makes things fun. Oh, it's unrealistic. Take your realism and shove it fist first up a rhino's asshole up to the elbow, because that's about much shit that you make sense of. Because ragdoll is fun. It's always been fun. You want to make it a little bit more realistic, fine. But if there's not a guy who could go flying past and do a somersault over the wall when jump packing like I do regularly, and I just accept it, as long as it's not damaging me too much, because it's funny. It's wonderful to watch. Explosions are wondrous. Things go flying into pieces. There's driving. There's shooting. It's co-op. Instead of trying to milk the coccyx head of Wing Wang, that is, everything has to be PvP so directly. It's dumb. It's an oversaturated market. Go do something co-op like this. What else game does a thing quite like Helldivers? Fucking nothing. Go ahead. Show it to me, and I will pick apart why Helldivers does it right, and this thing is just a cop-out. Because there is nothing else. What are you going to tell me? Border Shams? Where's the real fun ragdoll? I don't see it. It feels like lazy flopovers. There's some fun stuff in it, but I also won't play it because they're shit towards their player base. Granted, some of the moderators in the community management team for Helldivers are also shit, but it's a little bit different than the actual, remainder of the company. And some of the people that did get out of line a little too far and got their comeuppance, or thought they did, got their comeouts. Let's see. I explained it multiple times, but I'll do it one more time. So, Borderlands sent people to Kid's house because all Kid did before the game came out was picking at their promotional material of probably some secrets that were hidden among the promotional material that they did not want him to point out to the other fans. So, no, they didn't do that to me, because I never played their Borderlands game that far down the line. I played a little bit of the first one, and I was not as impressed as people thought I should be. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I still remember when you used to be all over Phantasy Star. Oh, yeah, the first Phantasy Star Online, I played a lot of PSO. If I wasn't doing school or work, I was a good chunk of the time doing PSO. And I would have gotten so super involved with PSO 2 because it was looking good, it was looking great, but now I'm like so far behind on it. And it finally came to the USA how far later? I'm like, oh, well, you could have been playing the Japanese. But do I want to do all that language pack nonsense and all this other stuff to play this game that obviously they didn't want to give to me in my country? It's a whole lot of difficulty. At some point, people got to realize you're making entertainment. So if you're not going to entertain properly and set it up properly that they can easily achieve it, they're going to do things the way that you don't want them to do. And you could say that you have this legal hold to terminate at any time, but people will take it into their own hands and make you regret it, and you're not going to find them all. Sony's learned this many, many times. Matter of fact, they're probably about to learn it again. Nintendo's about to learn it for the first time this generation, because Nintendo's going to get hit. They amped up prices too far, too high, unrealistically, not to catch it this time around. You watch. This year, Nintendo's going to get a breach that they're not ready for. Mark my words. And then because I said it, if some suit or some lawyer says, oh, well, this kid's obviously knew something. Okay, first of all, I'm not a kid. I'm like fucking nearly 45. I've seen this shit inside and out to tell you how it's going to fucking go, how it's going to fucking roll. I've got decades of experience of how things work with like gaming on the inside and outside. Not because I was official a dev. I wasn't a code monkey. I hate coding, okay? There's other people who enjoy it much more than I do. No, but I can test a game, and I can find the things in it that are going to break it. Once upon a time, I found the simplest thing in a mud and muck even, that, like, you emoted sticking your tongue out, and sure enough, it broke the whole fucking game. It would freeze up for 5 minutes. Then it would send itself through something of a reset, and it would move again, but every single time you did sticks out their tongue in the chat, it locked up the entire game for 5 minutes. Now, they're a free-to-play game that didn't, it wasn't in the age of freemium, where the free-to-play games make more money than the paid-for ones. But that's because the free-to-play games have so much stuff that they just get whales and get kids to use the credit cards. Basically all the shit that soccer moms used to complain about Saturday morning cartoons about, only to realize it's actually good to have your kid to have goals, because then you can push them in a direction and reward them and know what the reward would be, and what their Christmas list would be a no fucking brainer. Instead, you want to make it harder for yourself to the point where your kids don't even look forward to their Christmas or birthdays, and then now have no reason to get up on their day off, and you wonder why they sleep half the day away, because there's nothing to look forward to. And then they did go outside as you said they should, and then joined gangs. What a bunch of stupid witches. Let's see, what I'm reading out here. Yeah, I should do PSO2. It's just something usually doing this, and now my keyboard, learning a brand new game on a keyboard that's not made for gaming, that legitimately sucks for it, is not good. I need to get a bigger keyboard. I have big hands and nerve damage, and trying to squish my palms on indistinct little fucking keys with my big ass fucking hands, yeah, it doesn't go together great, especially when trying to learn new controls. But yeah, I should. But yeah, Helldivers, when it's running good, it's running good. It's so satisfactory to just throw dynamite behind you. That's like now an option. Get blown forward and go bouncing into a wall upside down to get back up and run away some more. And basically leave a pooped war crime of a hell bomb that you can now wear as a backpack. Or activate it, pick it up, and just like fucking drive a car screaming something that is probably not politically correct. Because even saying things like Allah Akbar, making fun of people that are blatant terrorists, is now also politically incorrect. Oh, how dare you, that's racist. No, it's not. Dare I say it? You can make fun of my pale demographic for this, that, and say that I'm overprivileged. I can at least say that anyone who successfully takes pride in the Taliban probably did that shit. It's not a racial thing. That's an organizational thing. Fuck you. Let's see. I got big hands. That's what he said. Absolutely. And I'll say it with a big southern piney accent just to piss people off some more. But yeah, let's be real. That's what more people want to see online anyway, is someone go off about the shit that's indeed fucking broken, that's pissing people off. Because it's like Howard Stern. And he fucking broke the mold with that shit. It's like a bunch of people tune in to see what he's going to say next as fans. And there's a bunch of people who hate him. They tune in. Why? Because they say they want to know what he's going to say next. Yeah, the thing is I'm probably going to trade in my PS5 because PSN is overly expensive for what it is when I could be playing Steam. And I could take that money and put it into hardware upgrades for a PC for an online game that's not going to, bleed me dry like the fucking vampires they fucking are. Now, Nintendo Switch's online service, I can at least pay a bare minimum for a year, and it's not jawbreaking, you know? But $80 fucking dollars? Fuck you. That massive increase was uncalled for. They don't even maintain all the fucking servers that make all the games work, so why are they charging this much? Oh, well, they have an online service that lets you do record. Haha, guess what? So does Steam. Fuck you. And Xbox, we'll see. Their Game Pass system is kind of nice, but also now overexpensive, and I quit it before that. Because the games that were coming out on it were just not interesting. Their exclusives suck dick, like right about now. Granted, PSN and Sony, their exclusives suck dick right about now. Hey, let's just send you the same old shit. Hey, don't you want a redux of this game that you didn't want to play the first? No. That's okay. I don't need to play as Little Lady Alloy versus the giant robots. I want to be the giant robots that are squishing little ladies. Or smashing them, if you know what I mean. But no. Where's my cool mech games at? Why can't we have something like... Gosh, it's going to escape me now. It's got an X on the end. And the game franchise without the X on the end is more popular because it's different. Nintendo's sending a remake of that. Why can't we have a cool co-op mech game like Helldivers where, like Monster Hunter, you beat the shit out of things to take their components. And granted, you know, it's basically, you have the one Gundam game, and I get that, but they're models. They're plastic toys. I want to feel like I'm in an actual conflict. Make that shit co-op like Helldivers and like Monster Hunter. And even maybe take some of the organic parts from the creatures you find. Maybe make some shoulder plates out of that and wear it like a fucking trophy. Make this an action fucking game that's not super hard to fucking control. Like, oh, well, it's rare combat. There's super technical controls. Okay, Helldivers can be somewhat technical too. Fucking read the room, assholes. There's good ways to make games. Hey, look, Armored Core. Tell me that final ending didn't look like it was just begging for co-op to continue as DLC. Then they drop the ball and do nothing with it. Good fucking job. And then talking about dropping the ball, Square Enix, we had a co-op game. It was called fucking Sin Duality. Then they have, hey, but we want a community. Only the community's not allowed to talk to each other other than these little gesture things in game. So basically, it's a game about community that doesn't let you have a community. You fucking morons. And you said that was okay? No, that's fucking stupid, you dumb twats. And you wonder why the game's dying. And literally, before the game was even out, you had to talk about how you were going to make it single player to get people to buy it because they knew it was probably not going to last that long because they stuck to their guns about a stupid idea. Anyways, let me read the chat some more. Let's see. Honestly, most games and systems are ridiculous. Yeah, they're asking way too fucking much. You know what you do? Go play fucking Brew Barons. They're even now looking to do a co-op entity, like so you could play it with your friends. And they're an indie studio, a fucking indie studio who put at least some love into a title, character arcs for the different pilots and ride-alongs that you can unlock stats for them, a story that just goes on in all kinds of directions, run a bar, deliver for other bars, actually release, these other islands from the Brew Pirates. That's a game. And it'll cost you like what, $20? I'd have to go back and look, but you could probably even get it on sale. It's a more complete game that has passion thrown into it, rather than like these devs who are just now trying to collect a paycheck and survive at these triple A, or dare I say it with Ubi snobs, quadruple A video games. Yeah, tell me more about how Skull and Bones is doing fucking wonderful. Oh, well, it's still up and running, isn't it? Yeah, because you canceled all the other games that failed harder. Dicks. Yeah, you're not doing great. So, I'd love it if they turn Skull and Bones around. But that pass system better fucking come down. It better fucking rework itself and take a look at how Helldivers is doing. Because Helldivers is doing just fine even when it's half-ass broke. Because people who can afford the super credits will generally pay for them. Those who can't will log in extra hours and grind for it while playing. Because they're broke or can't at least have no income and know that when their money runs out, they're probably dead meat and going to be out on the street until you get collected and shoved into some kind of home, like myself, which will probably happen. And then I have no idea if they're going to let me play video games. They're probably going to think that I'm even more decrepit than I already am, give me a sponge bath, and that's going to be the highlight of my fucking day right next to vanilla pudding. No, I'm sorry, it's banana pudding over there that I can't even eat because it's probably going to have sugar in it. Let's see. I can have a little bit of sugar though, but a lot. I gotta definitely maintain not to have too much, and not believe my friend who says things. Oh yeah, these peanut butter, like cookie chip things I got, especially they said there's no sugar. Apparently they never said that, and I was eating sugar, and I might have gotten more pain for it because of it. But he forever thinks he fucking knows. I don't know. He's still with me after 2 years. But he physically could work. He just chooses kind of not to because of a speech problem. I get it, he should indeed be able to collect due to disability, and he does. So should I, but I can't for some dumb fucking reason because the state-running assholes and the people who make those calls are retarded. But, enough money to shove them through higher learning to get their whatever certificate that says that they're good enough, because that was the craze and everyone given after school specials that's what they have to do, including giving up their dream like playing NFL should go do first, supposedly. Everybody has that piece of paper, and those of us who don't, well, we find other ways when we can and when we're allowed. But we're shoved out of the way for other people who, now are there completely unchecked. Chrome Hounds, yeah, Chrome Hounds was good. That would be nice. There was a project like Chrome Hounds. Unfortunately, it came at a time where GPUs were trying to push so much, but if you had more than one angle of visual point, the GPUs absolutely did not like it. And unfortunately, that project was being done at that time. Everything ran with shit frame rate, and the whole project dropped. It was a string. I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically like a Chrome Hounds knockoff, including having the alternate camera that was going down gun sights. And it's a cool design. It was looking good, all except for that frame rate. Got left because GPUs at the time just couldn't handle it. It was just bad timing. It's unfortunate. And it's also partly our fault, because we had so many good things at that time to play that we didn't have to just fucking, manhandle ourselves in the same thing even when it's broken, like I do Helldivers. And, yeah. That's how that goes. But other than, like, Wreckfest, which is also a great game, and I should have played more than that, But I was often trying to keep things running on Second Life, which I need to get to very soon, actually, by the way. I'm probably going to have to slap together a sandwich real quick. Just liverwurst things right between two bread, call a sandwich chomp. Because it's super fast and easy to make. But yeah, part of what happened against Chrome Hounds, though, is that they had party chat systems. And that broke the idea that if you were able to communicate with your own team, you had to have communication towers up. Which, if the other team's towers connected to those towers, also revealed your position. And it was an interesting strategy play, but by the time that you could chat anyway, even without those towers, it changed the dynamic of the game a bit. It was still good to play with the towers a little bit, though, but otherwise you probably wanted to go in dark and stealth. Because as soon as you connected the tower, you were going to be able to see each other's positions. But yeah. The only thing I really otherwise fault Chrome Hounds for is that the mechs would blink off the field after they died after a while. And if they're not going to relaunch, and, thus build up and cause too much lag for too much things on screen, why not just leave it there until the end of the match? Because everything else with the video filters for the cameras and the way things looked, it looked really real. Because doing things that don't have to flex as much, like mechanical things like cars and mechs, if you have a good filter and some good visuals, even with a much lower demand of visual demands, you can make a thing look really real and really immersive. And it was very immersive with the way the cameras worked. So when they blinked off the field, that was the immersion breaker. Leave the mechs alone. Let them stay there broken and smoking. Because if you're not going to let people relaunch in anything other than a little human body that is this itty-bitty thing running across the field that largely is probably not even going to come find another person on the field or want to try to battle a mech, then who cares? Let it sit there. You want to make the little bodies disappear that no one was going to find ever again, and you wouldn't want to confuse anyways? Because if a little body did find another little body to actually shoot them for funsies, because it doesn't go towards real score, then fucking get rid of those from mounting up. Because those are the only things that could relaunch. The mech was a one-time deal per round. Leave the mech that broke and died sitting there. Keep the immersion. Yeah, the weather was great in that fucking game. It was a lot like Helldivers when, visuals are down, if not worse. But it was going to be just as bad for the other guys, too. And you're in a blizzard at fucking night, and no one can see shit but headlights, and suddenly you look up, there they are, and they just go fucking buck wild because they finally found somebody. In nighttime battles, or if you didn't pop a flare or see some lights off of something, you just were not going to see it. It was good. It was really good. And I think some of that was actually looked at and probably brought back with things like Helldivers. Because you could see things in Helldivers 1. It was top down, you were only going to limit... there was still some limitation on, but not as much. But, it's more immersive the way it is here. Be it first person or third person. Partly why Halo went from third person to first person is because they felt it was more immersive. Probably. But Halo originally started as a tactics game. And then as it evolved, it turned into a first person shooter after being a third person shooter. Because they were going to go for okay, here's a tactic thing, there's a bunch of Spartans everywhere, stuff like that. Maybe we should just nail it down to this one guy, and okay, the third person, and maybe we should actually throw it in the first person. It evolved quite a bit. Oh, looks like I got a timeout. Yep. That timeout clock is very short, too. But it's just as well, because I'm just taking up resources standing there. Anyways, I'm going to call it. It's 2:30 in the Eastern Seaboard, and I need to get that sandwich. I need to get ready for notices that we're going to do flight. I have 2 flights, and I also have to check for my out-of-copyright options for movies off of YouTube and the back alleys of that as to what we're going to watch on Wednesday in Second Life, which is completely legal because it's out of copyright. It's off of a platform that all I'm doing is sharing a link into the same thing That's not by secret means. I'm not uploading it, and it's a self-managing platform. If it's for some reason not out of copyright, then it's so far off the beaten path nobody's caring, and it's not making anyone any money, except for a few of the out of copyright materials that are then thrown back up by either Google, or especially Amazon, who are now going after 24/7 channels on Twitch because they play a bunch of cool things that are also forgotten and out of copyright, that they're not watching them off their Amazon service, where there's no reason you should have to, because fucking frankly someone else is doing it for a lot cheaper, if not utterly free, because it's out of copyright, you assholes. So yeah, I will gladly stretch my scrotum of judgment over their mouth and nose and let them smell it of how I feel about that, because yeah, that's just dirty pool. Way to dip your dirty Amazon D's in the wrong sauce, and then blame the smell that you come back out with on everybody else. Shitheads. But they know how to do business, because even though that they were failing for the first several years, they realized that they could, do a whole bunch of dirty tactics and make big money. And they just buy out everybody else, not because they want to make the IPs, but because they know the ones that are going to blow up, they could just sit on, and nobody else can make them. And thus they don't have the competition. Which there really should be new copyright laws that keep people from sitting on IPs just by re-upping them with doing nothing with them. It should be a law, because that is exactly what companies are doing. They're copyright trolling everything out of existence just so they have less competition. And then maybe, if you're lucky, they might bring them back up. But a lot of the times, they just don't. They just don't want someone else to do it and take away from them. And there are other things that they're shoveling down their throats. And thus, by that monopoly, lowering the bar, and then they can just serve up slop like they do these days. Slop like what Overwatch has turned into. Slop like, what's another great example? Any given EA title. Slop like Call of Duty, or as I like to call it, Cock of Duty. Cock of Dookie. Just all this trash, because people buy into it, because it's still the line. It's where everyone's going to be, or so they believe, so they go there. They sell this idea that, if I play this, I could become an esports hero and get out of poverty. Like being the next kid who jumps into the arena in Rome. They can become famous and have women tossed at them. Only that percentile is pretty small. And they ride this. And then people in turn ride that dick of belief, and they just go into it rather than making actual fun content. Division 2, yeah, unfortunately I need PSN to play that. I could get Division 2 again on PC, but yeah, it was a fun time. The frame rate was a little rough, but I do Second Life, so it wasn't worse than Second Life. Yeah, watch for a mech's headlight. I want more games with mechs in them. I don't know why they can't seem to get this through their skulls, that games that are not doing well, that are mech games, it's because they're put together trying to reinvent the wheel, like, I'm in a mech, so it needs to be super over-complicated. No, it doesn't. We're already dealing with weird alternate controls. It's called a mouse and keyboard, it's called controller, and in real life, a lot of these things that used to have 30 fucking breaker switches, like the backseat of a Tomcat, are even slimmed down, a little bit more streamlined in modern jets comparatively. So there's options, but they also know what their main core functions of what they need to worry about really are. So you can do this into a video game and make mech games play like a lot of other third-person and first-person games. People love mechs in Helldivers. People love the mech in Halo, even though it was a little bit weird. people still enjoyed it. I mean, if you're going to make a huge controller and shit for it, fine, do that too. But notice if it's an $80 controller, you better have an alternative. But I don't know. They just can't seem to learn a fucking lesson. And they can't read the room that co-op is really in. And they saw how good Armored Core did, and a bunch of people were lighting up about how they're making their mech games too. Then they missed the boat. A whole bunch of fucking tail riders looking to jump on that most prevalent cock just so they can get that beneficial lube money, you know? It's like, hey, how about you do things, you know, you can read the room a little bit, but do something fun and follow it the fuck through. Yeah, Division 2's not crossplay. That's the problem that I was going to bring up about me getting it on PC. Because I'd probably be willing to start it over. Division 2 was pretty fun. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, where people said, like, in the Division 1 that there were bullet sponges and shit. You definitely had some of that, but it was still a pretty good game. It had some good vibes to it. It had some cool factor. And it wasn't so stuck in reality that it couldn't future think and be imaginative, because it could. Because I'm so tired of everything trying to be the next real life. It's like, hey, we need all these car licenses and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, there's cool cars out there, but you could do knockoff versions and I'd be just as happy. Especially if I could trade the fenders all the more in and out. Fuck, I don't care. Call it the DeHorian, okay? You call it the Dord or the Nord pickup truck. Call it the Beverly. You know, make fun of it, you know? Parody is legal. Parody is absolutely legal. And granted, you have these utter schmucks that are already making more money than they know what to do with, saying, well, maybe we should outlaw parody law. How about you're going to get the next 3D that the fucking, you know, CEO by being the next dumb douchebag that people want to fucking bump off a fucking balcony? How about you and your rich self realize that you're not untouchable if you piss off enough people? And quite frankly, that's how the guillotine in France came down. So think twice. Don't be a dick. Be happy with some of what you got, especially when you're coming that far on top already. Fucking balance yourself. Because you want to talk about how people supposedly, due to the color of their skin, are privileged, even if they're homeless over than you. I think dickheads like Will Smith said shit like that. How about privilege comes with money, motherfucker? Comes with the green or the color of what the paper that you use, or the credit or the Bitcoin that you harvested by using a bunch of hardware so the others can't have it. So you could further unmask your lazy mode wealth. And like Miss Chung said about how, oh well, people are poor because they have lazy mentality. Like, how about you and your dumb bitch self realize that you're probably actually the lazy one, because you have a whole bunch of stuff that auto advertises for you. You sit in your office and dictate about how people should do this, such and such and this. And don't get me wrong, I'm a believer as well in the whole don't work harder, work smarter routine. But that comes with the fact that I know eventually I had to work hard regardless. So I might as well get a little bit of a step. But I was also fair. And I didn't go harvesting shit tons of money when I was getting by well enough and I was happy with what I had. If a little bit more people were willing to be that way in life, you wouldn't have all this hoarding going on. You wouldn't have whores like Miss Chung, who are basically now pitching that idea that people are only ever poor because they're lazy. What a cunt. What a cunt. In Second Life, you see the Chungs get a bunch of money because they have an auto advertiser across the Blake, which last time I checked was supposedly against the rules, but they're not going to call them on it because they're one of the biggest, you know, money transfers and traffickers, which they're probably also using to launder money, because there's some shit that goes down with Tenmu, let me fucking tell you. That, yeah. They have auto advertising in this make believe that people are reaching out to you. No, it's an auto bot that fucking contacts you, and then if you message back and it looks promising, then a live person contacts you. I'm like, people are gonna fall for that shit. People do, and it's a con job. Unfortunately, it's the cons that are rewarded. Unless it's a con that gets in the way of the rich, and they're not part of the same ballpark, and then they send a SWAT team. If you can't read the writing on the wall by now of some of the shit that's going on, then believe someone who fucking can. Of course, it's hard because a lot of people make shit up. I get it. You know, there's a lot of swarming of information. But a lot of this stuff is fucking, you know, do the math, look into it for yourself before you make a judgment call. Don't believe either side or the other, because they will fucking use you. What GTA does makes, make parody cars. It's fine. I am so fine with that. Of course, they're probably going to have people go after them, and then they're going to be like, okay, we're so rich now it doesn't matter. Kind of like what Netflix did when they were all about fighting for the freedom of the internet when they were a new company, and they couldn't afford to just buy their way into success. But then they're like, oh, well, now we can just make it happen, so we're not going to fight for it again. It is what it is. And granted, some people work hard. There are limits that because I'm not famous or whatnot, no one's going to take seriously, so no one's going to pay it no mind. Because I do still dare to fight to keep walking, even though it hurts. I dare fight to still type, even though, like, for a while it was like breaking a finger per keystroke. And I literally had to burn the underside of my arms with a heating pad that were basically slightly scalding my skin because it was taking off the other pain so I could get through it. And supposedly, I don't have a disability. Yeah, fuck that fucktard in his office in the antiquated building that he was supposed to upkeep, and has a loose brick that I almost fell on while he was able to judge that I must not have a fucking problem. Fuck that guy. I hope someone grabs his yam bag and just pulls it over his fucking head and tells him to swallow. If I see that guy ever again, I'm gonna tell him, yeah, your first thing, you're a dick. So go ahead and fucking put me down as not justifiable needing help. Or how about because I say that you're a fucking twat, that you can go on and put me down for at least a mental problem, because now I am fucking, call it what you want, off the fucking wall, slightly deranged. Probably not a physical threat though, although they'll probably lie and say that. I'm like, oh, well, he has an arrest record. Yeah, I was also not found guilty, asshole. I was also assaulted and never read my rights. Fuck you. Fuck a lot of the legal system. Because I watched it all my life fail over and over again. I watched it fail me over and over again. So much that once upon a time, I had a legal suit against wrongful termination, and I had them dead to rights, and mysteriously a judge died, and your legal system's so bad that you couldn't even loop up the next judge to take my case. Instead, it just disappeared into the ether, and I got nothing. Fuck you. Any legal system that allows that to happen is beyond corrupt, fallible to unhinged levels, and is probably pretty fucking corrupt. And this is the fucking guideline that we're supposed to live by? No wonder a bunch of people are living off the fucking books. You're a bunch of fucking dickheads. I'll tell a buzzcut motherfucker right now, right out of his bubblegum car, like, dude, you work for such a flock of cockfloggers. Because they'll punish a bunch of people that dare to rise up against them, but not anybody who's actually a real threat to society. You're a bunch of easy mode twats. You sit in a car, eat donuts, and fucking pull the easy wins where you can, and then there's a few heroes among you that actually go out and do the hard trip, and then they get fucked for it. Fuck you. You rookie and your little short 1-inch even all around buzzcut. You're usually the worst of them. Some of them don't even grow out of that buzz cut. It's ridiculous. I had a buzz cut too. It's called I didn't want to get fucking flogged by my father. And, it's what he wanted. And I got into high school, and that was my last buzz cut. Meanwhile, you guys are now still going through puberty with a handgun. Given way too much authority to realize the responsibility it really yields. Let's see. Linden Labs gets banned. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if Linden Labs doesn't turn shit around this year, it's probably going to do a slow death within 3 years following. That is my deduction, and it's going to suck because that's my last real digital home currently. And granted, I'll try and play other things, but I don't know. Not a lot of other games just say, hey, now hang out with your friends online and do stuff at your own pace. I can still do some skill-based stuff. Some stuff just hurts me now. Like that last Sonic the Hedgehog game that came out, the three-dimensional one. I think it was Sonic Frontier, where you go into like these simulations and play stuff from yesteryear, which I love that graphical style of, hey, here's an update version of the things that bring you back your memories. And nostalgia whoring works. Yeah, there is VR chat. VR chat doesn't travel the same way, though. Like, you can't buy or earn an aircraft and fly it from one dream to another. It's more like Furcadia in that way, where there's these separate dreams, and what works in that one dream and its limited circumference is it. Yeah, I don't think it was Generations, though. I think it was Frontier. Because it was very much a 3D space. And you would fight these weird alien-like big things in the real world, but then you would go into these like virtual things and have a three-dimensional version of things from yesteryear. And it was cool because you saw a three-dimensional version of this little ball pipe-to-pipe hopping bastards in the chemical zone and stuff like that. Not 2D, though. Not the 2D remakes and stuff like that, or the 2D, future followings. It was very much a 3D game. But there was all these things you could do that were not normal to a Sonic game. Different ways of grinding, like a Tony Hawk game. Different attacks, different inputs that were wild, like multiple 360s with analog sticks. These really demanding press buttons and sequences to do all these special moves. All the punches and kick combos, which were not normal for a Sonic game. And that's what this was. In a way, it would have been great when I was younger and didn't have nerve damage. Now it's just, ouch, I don't want to play at least to that level of detail. It hurts. And thus it became not fun. And it sucks that that's the way it is. I miss being able to do things with games. Like, I can't do fighting games as well. I'll probably still play some for the fun factor and story. But am I going to do it like to be like super hardcore on par? No. I can say that some of the first person shooters like Helldivers, I can do a lot more than even typing. Typing with all like 9 or 10 of your fingers, that's a lot of repetition that goes hard on nerve damage. It does. You won't even always feel it in your hands, you'll feel it literally in your arms first, where the tendons pull. And a lot of neurologists will say, oh, that doesn't sound normal. It doesn't sound right. You must be making it up. They won't say making it up, but that's what they'll take it as. Or you say that you do enough typing and it actually hurts your feet because the nerve damage is still connected. Like, oh, that doesn't sound like it could possibly be it. Oh, no, that's not causing it. Motherfuckers, I live with this shit. You fucking carny joke snake oil fuckwits. I know what the fuck I'm feeling. I've lived with it for 5 fucking years. Go fuck yourself. Alright? And I won't say that there because the moment you curse at a real doctor, oh, we're trying our best. Oh, we have zero tolerance. How about the zero tolerance for me getting fucked? Okay? Oh, because I'm not important enough. Because I don't have the degree piece of paper. Because I'm not that much in demand. It's okay if I go off to the side and die and basically self-delete. But you're important, so I better not say one 4-letter word in your presence. Fuck you. I can at least say it here. A lot of the fucking doctors that all you're doing is WebMD, in person and you're still getting paid big bucks for it, fuck you. Not trying anything new to help like someone get by, fuck you. Only looking off the internet of what's recommended and then sometimes even ignoring some of that shit too, fuck you. So many quacks out there. So many quacks. And then some of the stuff that actually might work, insurance doesn't cover. Oh, because it's not proven to work yet. You motherfuckers deny me fucking strips that a real doctor fucking issued that I should have. And then cut me down to one. And then cut down to none. And then a bunch of people rose up and said, oh no, that shit ain't flying. And then you had to supply them. But then you just stopped supplying them again. And then make believe you didn't know what was going on. Oh, it must be a communication snag. Communication snags don't last over a year, you fucking lying pieces of shit. I hope the rest of you that came up with that idea in the boardroom all get 3D'd. I hope it happens to you right in your own fucking room. I hope it happens to you right in your little boardroom and that your best thoughts of what's to be good for the company is spilled out right on your paperwork. Sound dark, sound cold, this is what you push people to. Fuck you. Will I be the one to do it? No. No, I will not. So stop trying to push like, oh, well, you're trying to get people to do this. No, I'm not. I'm telling you the reality that what I kind of hope might happen, but no one cares. I don't have this big fucking following. What I think doesn't matter. But you're an asshole. You're a bunch of fucking flock of assholes that have been milking society and then fucking welch on the bill. And no, the whole Welsh thing does not go back to the Welsh and saying that the Welsh are bad. Welching on a bet is not proven derivative from that. So no, I'm not going to follow that either because it's a bunch of made up horseshit. Just like when he said, oh, well, calling people gypsies is offensive. No, it's fucking not. When people literally call themselves the Gypsy King or the Gypsy Queen and still enjoy songs like Gypsy Road and stuff like that, no, fuck you. It's not offensive. If some people get offended by it, it's because they don't want to be connected to the lifestyle at all. Then it's considered offensive. That's not the same thing, and you can't drill someone for name calling something that's not even part of the same thing. That's what they are. The people who are gypsies are not offended by it. Fuck y'all. Also, throwing kids in jail for calling a horse a bad name is stupid. England law, you're a fucking joke. I'm glad I'm not there. Because as bad as our law is here, you're stupid and you're a criminal act made legalized. Fuck you. You wonder why fucking people like Count Dracula basically walked up in a suit and swung his dick on media and you got cock slapped to the point where you were going to make him pay only $1 and he still didn't pay it and got the biggest fuck you your whole fucking media careers ever got you. Fuck you, you deserved it. What are you going to do? Import me to fucking UK where you can trial me for having an opinion like some of you joking old figgity fuckers decided you were going to say live on camera? Go ahead. You want to come for it and bring your redcoats and go tell me what I can and can't do where we live here? Come try it. It didn't work so well the last time. Fuck you. Because I am so fucking cross right now with so many fucking things. And nothing I'm saying here is illegal. I'm not coaxing anyone into violence. I'm telling y'all, it's the buddy people that are literally getting people to fight against each other on both sides of the fucking row that are getting people to fight each other. Not I. You should all be making like Scotland and Ireland once did when they were put line to line and just fucking show up at each other and hug it out. And then turn on your fucking provocating left and right sides. Because they are turning you into fucking warmongers on a civil terrorist level and you're eating it up because you so bad want this fucking outlet. You want it so hard that your violence is justified and then continue to scream love, love when you cast an eye of wanting to stab the others. And you want to believe the worst in them. It's not true. Is there radicals on both sides? Yeah. And chances are, the moment that you keep thinking that, so what you're doing to go shoot the other side, to go stab the other side, is okay and justifiable because they're either AKA super communists or AKA on the other side, they must be Nazis. You've already been radicalized. By you thinking that you're this greatest hero about to stab at the other side, instead of playing a pure defensive game, you're the radical. And you should start recognizing it. Because you let them play you into this corner. You let them play you into being a proxy warrior for their proxy war, and they get to wash their hands clean of it. You allowed that. Don't do it. Don't be a proxy warrior. If you're going to go create some damage for what you believe in, go look at some of your rich guys that you know utterly responsible, and after a sit down with some of their own guys and some of that, and really talk it out, really find out who's responsible for this shit, and on an illegal level, like a purely wrong level. People who fund bad actors to act like they are what they're not. People who fund things to continue the warmongering under a bunch of ninja masks. People who are on the other side funding this thing to say that you can't even show up to do any form of protest. And if you are, you'll get fucking capped. Like you're in China or some shit. I mean, we saw people walking down the street, and not under the new rule, but the last rule, so don't even blame it on Orange Man Bad. I get it. He says some stupid shit. He does stupid shit. But this is also the same stupid shit that's also on your own side. Because stupid follows in masses. And stupid follows the big pack. Because they don't know what to do for themselves. Now, sometimes walking among the big pack can be smart. There's safety in numbers. But to simply be monkey see, monkey do all the time to the point that's all you know, you're setting yourself up. Both sides are doing it. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. Now, if you're going to do something bad to the other side and you're really not hurting him, duct taping him to a breaker box was kind of funny. But even that was pretty terrible because all it would take is the wrong brake connection and he gets electrocuted. That's not cool. But duct taping to someone that they could be taken back down again and not suffer from horrific sunburn, that is the one thing. Because some of these guys, like me, don't see a lot of sunlight. So that's not very good either. But at least don't be harmful. If you're going to be malicious, don't be harmful. If you're going to do it, duct tape them to something completely safe and do a phone call that they need help. Oh gosh. Like, what happened to the years of harmless, stupid shit? I don't know. Maybe because everybody complains so hard about how speech is super violence, even when it's not spurring on violence and it's just an opinion, is somehow this most horrible, vile thing. Freedom of speech is important, folks. Like the patch says, how else are you going to know who the assholes are? They're just going to sit and be the silent majority you don't know is there. Especially when all they keep hearing is about how evil you feel towards them. And you push them to the opposite side. And it just becomes a swinging gate. You're not learning. Not learning. I will vote when I see someone that has a good chance of actually able to win. That's why Jesse Ventura, who wasn't even running in the race before this race, had pretty high fucking numbers. Because that's a man who makes sense. I don't care if he's on the left side. I don't care if he's on the right side. I want to vote for the guy who makes fucking sense and has some degree of sense of humor that he knows where the fucking line is. That's what I want. So when Jesse Ventura has a chance, I will pull my decrepit ass in a wheelchair if I have to and register to vote. But what am I going to vote for? A retired bartender who just says some shit? Although I have to admit, I do want her to still push the idea of investigating the shopping networks, because there's no reason why these food things should be as expensive as they were. No reason. And it was to the point that her own side turned on her and said, "You had no right to make that claim. You need to walk it back." Now that's a sign of corruption. I didn't really want to vote for the other guy either, because all of his stuff didn't really fall in line. Although, let's face it, most nations that are doing well have some form of a wall. Am I saying nobody should come in? No. But we live in a country where people have literally strapped bombs to themselves and taken our airplanes and flown them into shit, if we're going to believe the narrative. Checkpoints matter. So if you want to come into the country, yes, you should get in line and do it the right way. And all those people that are crossing, doing it the wrong way, are doing it usually at the level of, if you don't do it, you're going to get shot by a cartel member. If you make the thing obviously impossible to do, they're going to stop asking you to do it in most cases. And thus you'll have less people taking children to say, "I have a child, let me cross," and then leave them on the dirt after they get in, because some are like that. And also actual innocent people who would like a better life, but could do it through a checkpoint, but are forced to do it because they're going to get certain things paid off for, and their family members not murdered by a cartel, as long as they do it by muling in the same process. You want to eliminate that option. That's why a wall does make sense. So yeah, the wall is also good construction jobs. There was a lot of jobs popping up along that border, even workout rooms. And then when it was all called off, a bunch of businesses that were springing that were going to help those areas that otherwise were dead, ghost town-like areas, all fell back into discrepancy. People were putting their money into that. People were banking their lives on that. And people who were basically just being told what to do because they don't have a mind of themselves at the helm, sniffing hair, and obviously losing their last dime of sense, which is sad, but let the man retire. He had a good career when he knew what was up and wasn't suffering from a mind-altering illness. That's why he couldn't run again. And they eventually had to stop lying to everybody and say, "No, he's not well." Saying, "Oh yeah, he's in top shape. He's in great shape for another term." They were lying. He was not in good bits. Because what they wanted to do is have him win again, and then take the person they thought had no chance of actually winning a presidency and would be slide in as de facto like Nixon. That was the reality of that. And I'm sure a lot of these thoughts are going to make me very unpopular, but it is what it is. And I'm willing to put the bits on the line to prove my points. Both sides do not have your best interest at heart. They care about their side winning. And let that be a thing. Anyways, I'm getting knocked on my door. I'm late getting a notice out, so I really got to go. Thank you for tuning in. Maybe hit a like, even though I was very less interesting to listen to right now. And I'll see you in the next one if I stream again. I still don't have a tip jar, so...